Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to make a thermal system model. For that I will need a different type of sensor, but I don't want to buy or purchase the sensor because it will increase the cost of the project. So what will I do? I have a microcontroller named RP2040, which is the ARM based Cortex controller. So I will use that controller, but for the sensor reading I will use the MATLAB in a hardware in loop configuration to build a proper thermal system with the use of ML model. So how can we do that? For that you will need only two software, that is Gemini and MATLAB. So this is the basic flow diagram you can understand here. uh, yeah, so as you can see, it sounds like, you can read it, we are making a thermal system with simulated sensors and a real hardware. For that the formula will be T sensor equals to T normal plus random minus 0.5 into variance. But the problem is, for each variance I have to enter it by my hand. To fix that I will use a slider. So for that you can see here, this is the first script. What will this script do? It will tell the different where it is, yeah. So with the help of this script, what is happen, that the sensor address and the location is provided to the control panel with the help of this script. So it is just for making a variables. As you can see in a workspace, I will show you. So you can see there is the address for controller, address for the battery, and number sensor per group, and this is our script. So with this we have created the address. The next thing is, we need to create a proper sliders in a Simulink. So first we have to go to the Simulink. Yes, this is Simulink. We will go with the blank project. Project title will be temp sensor using no space HIL. So this will be the name of the project. It will take some time. We will create the subsystem there. Okay, yeah. When project is open, the project panel shows all files and folders under the project root folder. Okay, set up the project. Edit the project name. No, we don't have to edit the project name. Yes, but we will need the description for it. So I guess we will do the project part later. Cancel. We will do the project part later. I will just MATLAB drive. Currently MATLAB drive. Close project. Close project. Okay. So we will create the project for a close project panel. Okay. Files. This is perfect. Yeah. Now we will create a simple blank model. We will create the project later on when the model and the script is perfectly linked. Then first of all we need to create the blank model. I'm using MATLAB online because MATLAB online will do the fast simulation as compared to my old hardware. Now before we build the simulation we need to map. You can see the command here. So number of sensor per group equals to 8, means I'm making a model in which there will be two systems, one is battery and one is controller, and for each system we will giving 8 different types of temperature sensor which will read the temperature, and based on the average temperature we will train our ML model. So the battery address will start from 1012 to 108, and the controller address will start from 201 to 208. Sensor map. So the table will be like this: battery address, controller address, that will be 2 point. After that, uh, rep map, I don't know what is it. Okay, so we have to repeat the MATLAB name, battery, and controller for 1 to 8 times, and we have to assign the location, address, and variable name, and then we have to display the sensor map. You can see here the sensor map. So as a result, we get sensor address map creation, address, location, and the address and location of the sensors. Next thing, we need to create the simulation. For simulation, first thing is we need to consider the base temperature and the variance. That what will be the base temperature. If I have to test my hardware for temperature around 45 degree, then the base temperature will be 45 degree, and the variance should be like, if the 45 degree is the base temperature, then different sensor will give the different reading, like 45.1, 49.9, sorry, 44.9, like that, which will be in a real world no, real world environment. In simulation, you can adjust the temperature variance, like some temperature sensor is showing the variance 0 degree, some is showing 45 degree. That cannot be applicable in a real world logic. That's why it has to be in a real world logic. So this will the formula for the temperature output. Temperature equals to base plus random value into variance. Now we have to use the simulation here. So for that, we will need a new Simulink model. Drag two slide blocks. So we need to add slide blocks, slider, slider blocks. Name one as a base temperature and other one is noise. Control B, base temperature, and other will be with noise level. So we will not use the noise level, we will use the variance. Okay, control A, control C, control V. From this we will have the two different, why can't I select the name? Variance level. Okay, now you can see the name is base temperature and the variance level. Then range will be 0 to 100. So range will be 0 to 100, that is perfect here, labeled. Then next thing is 0 to 2. For this we have to select 0 to 2, apply, okay. MATLAB function, drag in MATLAB function block and paste the following code inside it. Now we need to add a MATLAB function block. The MATLAB function block, we need to place the code inside it. So after that, what we have to do, we are doing this to vectorize instead of 16 block. This one block handle all sensor, keeping your model clean. Okay, So this will give the 16 different input, which is good. Real time control: by connecting the slider to the base temperature and variance input, uh, you can move the slider and see the sensor reading changes. There are no parameters selected. Connect to. It is not to connect. Done connecting. Compilation is taking time. Okay. अरे क्या आ रहा है, पता नहीं, unconnected. कनेक्ट पे क्लिक किया, ब्लॉक पे अगर मैं उसके बाद क्लिक करता हूँ, एलिमेंट फंक्शन आइडेंटिफाई नहीं हो रहा बोलते. तो कनेक्ट कैसे करूँ फिर? कल से कांस्टेंट ब्लॉक लगेगा यहाँ पे. दो कांस्टेंट ब्लॉक रखता हूँ और फिर इसके साथ इसको कनेक्ट करता हूँ. हाँ, ये कनेक्ट हो गया यहाँ पे. इसका नाम दिया मैंने टेम्परेचर. डायरेक्ट कनेक्ट नहीं होता ना वो. बेस टेम्परेचर और इसका नाम है वेरिएंस. 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 कौन लिखते बैठेगा उतना लंबा कनेक्ट करने के? ओके, तो अभी यहाँ पे स्लाइडर बार देखो कनेक्ट हो गए। अब बस मेरे को ये कांस्टेंट ब्लॉक से आपसे कनेक्ट कर देना है, बस हो गया, सिंपल। नेक्स्ट, Excel sheet, the after reading from the temperature sensor, the timestamp will be acting as a serial communication, and it has to be real, not a function created, because it is necessary. Yes, we need to stream data like this. No, the temperature should the temperature data should set like temperature, time, address, location, and then the reading. This is in input, and on output side the average will be there, that's all. In Excel sheet, we are not currently at HIL concept, we are currently at simulation. Sometimes it is hard to explain the AI model what you want to do. Step 4, run this code. This create the data exactly in the format you have requested. But the problem is that the simulation has to be real life, or you can say real serial communication. In the above code that you have given me, we are faking the time there, because in hardware loop you cannot fake the time. Okay, so currently I have added the slider. I have added the first script that you have given to me for the address and location part, and I have added the matlab function and connected the slider to the matlab function. That's all I have done. After that, tell me what I have to do. although no i Although I have no interest in making such type of communication with the AI, but step 3, setting the real-time logger observer. Add two workspace block. Two. Let's make it. Open the block setting and change variable name to live setting. Sorry, live reading. Variable name control V. Okay. Save the format to time series. Time series. And crucial, set the time sample in the block to 2 or 3. Sample time. Next, add a mean block. Drag it from the library. Wait a minute. There are, okay, this is the mean block. Connect it to the output of the MATLAB function. This calculates the output and average in a real time. Connect the output of this mean block to the two works. Okay. So we need to add Control C, Control V. Let's make it more realistic. Like this. Then we have to add the name, which is average log. Time series and sample time is applied to 2. To ensure the Excel sheet feel like a real series stream with the real time, run this script while your simulation is running or immediately after. Next what? First we have to add the slider. Let's say about 55 degrees Celsius, and the slider will go from 1.5 degree variance. Okay. Control E. Simulation pace. I think there is something known as simulation pace. In your simulation model, go to simulation tab. Simulation tab. Simulation pace. There is nothing known as simulation pace. Is there any clock icon? Scheduler editor, no. Format apps, C code. Don't need the code. Nope. There is nothing like simulation pace. breakpoint come. Okay, simulation pace. Enable real time pacing. Enable real time pacing. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let's go to YouTube and find it out. How to enable real time PESCING in Simulink link. Uh,
appears, select Arduino from the